Are you Mr. Cruz? All right, you entered a plea of guilty to count 2. You applied for probation. There was a PSI and TAP evaluation completed. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI and TAP evaluation?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections from either side?
No.
According to your plea bargaining agreement, the state is opposed to your application for probation. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison, and there's a $1,500 fine. All right, this is what I can tell both parties. State, I understand why you would be opposed to his application. I reviewed his criminal history. The cases where he's done poorly on probation was a misdemeanor case according to the PSI report. It appears that the other case, which were also possession cases, there was no application for probation in those cases, and he was just sent to prison. One for 2 years,
and
one for 4 years.
Yes, Judge.
I think the PSI on his Medina County history reflects a case he did have felony probation on.
All right, let me find that.
On page
It should be right after the Bear
Yeah.
County history.
All right, so on that one,
2015.
all right, for that case, you were given probation, you were revoked and sentenced to 5 years. And again, that's possession of drug case. What I see in the TAP evaluation, it says you have a dependency, and a lot of it is related to synthetic drugs, which are extremely dangerous. This is a possession case. It's not an intent to deliver case. If it were a possession with intent to deliver, we'd be maybe somewhere else on what my thoughts were. So if there's anything that anyone wants to add, I'm going to give him a choice. Here's your choice. And there are no other choices, so don't ask for anything else. Number 1, I'll grant your application for probation. The state wanted your punishment to be assessed, so I would find you guilty and sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. You'll be going to SafePRehab. You will not be released. I would follow the TAP recommendations, or I'll sentence you to 6 years in the prison. Those are your only 2 choices. And state, the reason why I'm doing this is obvious that he has a drug issue. And if we keep pushing this down the line where he just does his time and he's done, then what's going to end up happening? He's going to be back. So those are your only 2 choices. Which do you prefer? Or do you need to speak to your attorney?
Can I speak to him?
Sure.
Because I did have some witnesses if the court wanted to hear from them, but I think we may not, that might not be necessary. Let me talk.
Okay. All right, what have you decided?
On the probation.
Judge, he wants probation. He's, as you can tell from the PSI, he's begging for help. He's very thankful that you're giving this opportunity. He wants to take advantage of it.
It's not.
And just so you'll know, he does have family present in the court who are supporting him in his endeavors as well.
Okay. All right, state, you may be excused. This is what the court will do. The court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years, $1,500 fine. That will be probated. There's to be proof of employment within 60 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No residing in households with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. He's to remain in custody for the following. And that's remain in custody for transfer. Just 1 second. And it's for a transfer to SafePRehab. And Ms. Abrams,
Yes, Judge.
If you could also do a referral to felony drug court, I know they're full, but maybe, after the new year, they'll have room. And there's a restitution amount. I believe it was $120. Yeah, there's to be restitution of $120 to SAPD for drug testing. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. There's to be 350 hours of community service restitution. There's a deduction of 1 hour for every sober support meeting completed. And I am going to order sober support meetings 1 time per week until further notice. And you're going to have to make sure that you get a sponsor to help you. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No,
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. It appears that you've been using drugs for a very long time. So it's going to be extra hard on you. You need to remember this day and remember that you were this close to going to prison for 10 years. And you need to start making decisions. I always tell people, and what I've learned from taking courses is that you have to want to be clean for yourself. But if you don't feel like you're worthy of being clean for yourself, then you need to do it for your family members, because otherwise only 1 or 2 things going to end up happening to you. You're going to come back as a habitual offender. Your minimum is going to be 25. You may not have this attorney. You may not have these prosecutors. You may not have me as a judge. And you may end up spending the rest of your life in prison, or either you're going to end up with some drugs, right? And people who make drugs, really all they want is repeat customers. So you really don't matter to them. They're not following FDA protocol when they're making their drugs. And the last time you use may be the last time you use. And your attorney will tell you, in this court, I take no pleasure in sending people to prison, but I will. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back here and we will address it. Do not disappear on your probation. And when they do those home visits, you need to make sure you're available. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank
Thank you.
you. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, not him.
Not him.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
There you go. Anyone else is, we're supposed to figure out what the restitution is.
Judge, my client's decided she's not going to contest the amount.
Okay. And let me see. And when will she be able to pay this?
She'll have to pay it off during probation, Your Honor. She's already paid a substantial amount up front. So
I'm sorry,
about
how much?
1,077 and
Yeah, it was almost
almost 1,100.
1,100.
So when do you anticipate paying this $1,077?
No, that was already paid.
that.
Your Honor, she's paid that already to to the Junior League of San Antonio. The remaining is at the bottom of that where it says to Berkshire Hathaway in the amount of $9,799.42, and then $227.71 to Visa. So that's the remaining.
Right, so How much are you gonna pay monthly towards that?
As much as I need to.
Well, now, here's the thing. I'm going to order you to pay specific amounts monthly. So you need to tell me how much you're able to pay
Pay $500.
per month. All right, is that what you think I want to hear? Is that what you can do?
That's what I can,
Okay,
barring any changes in my life, that's what I can do.
okay. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011624 State versus Jan Madera. Can I have parties announced?
Andrea Crespo standing in for Chandler Bowen, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
Linda Corley for defense.
And you're Miss Madura.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, based upon my calculations, you should be able to have this paid off before the 2 years. Do you understand? If you're paying 500 per month. All right, so we're here for sentencing today, and we were called back because there was a matter of restitution. Are both parties ready to proceed with the sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court will do. Your agreement was for deferred adjudication, so the court will sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. The court will show that restitution of $77.01 was previously paid to the Junior League of San Antonio. Remaining restitution is $9,799.42 to Berkshire Hathaway and $227.71 to Visa. Restitution is to be paid in the amount of $500 per month. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Are you currently employed?
Yes,
And what do you do?
I am self-employed. I do contract work, accounting work over online.
Does anyone have any issues with her doing accounting work? And is this accounting work that you're doing, is there any exchanging of money?
No.
All right. Then proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be 80 hours of community service restitution, field visits 1 time per month for 5 months. Probation, is there anything else?
Yes, Judge. I think so. Which count?
Oh, I'm so sorry. They proceeded on the lesser included offense of theft, $750 to $2,500.
Okay, Judge.
And they're proceeding as a Class A misdemeanor.
Then far as the restitution is concerned, can you please give me those names?
All right, the,
I have Berkshire Hathaway.
yes, BERKSHIRE, Hathaway, HATHAWAY. And then the $227.71 to Visa.
You said Visa.
Yes.
Nothing else, Judge.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right, we can go off the record. So in this court, to be successful, probation communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let probation know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
yes, ma'am.
All right, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Anyone else ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.